Hello, friends, and welcome back. My name is Alejandro from Flow into Nature, and I have another beginner sequence for us today. It's going to be about 30 minutes. We'll warm up the core, we'll do an easy sequence, and then we'll bring it down. The intention of today's class is to find fluidity in the movements. The idea is to make it a moving meditation and kind of feel like it's almost like a dance where it really feels good in your body and not necessarily that we're just trying to make one shape and then another, but more like just moving easily, transitioning from one posture to the other. So with that being said, we're going to get started. Just come into a child's pose. Bring your big toes to touch at the back of the mat. Let the knees open out nice and wide. Let the arms reach forward and your forehead will sink to the mat. We're going to start really heavy. Notice if you were a glass of water, it always just sinks down. So imagine just the hips pressing against the heels, but without any tension. Let the shoulders come down. Let the elbows relax. Maybe even just close the eyes. And as you start to become more aware, become more present into this practice, allow yourself to find that fluidity of the breath without trying to control it. Just notice how your breath arrived today onto your mat. Noticing if it's shallow or if it's deep. Maybe even notice if there's any thoughts, any emotions that you're bringing with you onto your mat. Do you need them? Can you let them go? Do you need to just put them aside? Then together, let's start to activate into the breath. Take an exhale, release all of that stale air. Nice and easy breath in through your nose. And open the mouth, exhale. 2 more, in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. Last one, breath in. Open the mouth, exhale. Continue to breathe. Continue with that fluidity of the breath, finding that gentle inhale, the very gentle pause at the top. And as the exhale to release with a gentle pause at the bottom. Trying to find the equal length inhales and exhales, so we find our body to find its balance and equanimity through itself. We'll take one more breath in. And a breath out. We'll slowly start to rise on up, tabletop positions. Bring the hands maybe back, stack the hands directly underneath the shoulders. Knees will come in, stacking underneath the hips. Beautiful. We'll find to start that fluidity through the spine. Inhale, cow pose. Let the belly drop. Shine your chest forward. Let the chin go up. And then as you exhale, tuck your tailbone, rounding and curling from the bottom of the spine until your chin comes all the way into the chest. We move from the bottom of the spine. Inhale, cow pose, moving the spine like a wave, opening the chest. And then as you exhale, tuck the tailbone, press into the ground, chin into the chest. One more. Inhale, cow pose. And exhale, cat. Come back into a neutral spine. Tuck your toes. We're going to lift the knees 2 inches off the mat. Hovering tabletop. Beautiful. If you want to stay here, you can. If you want to add just a little bit of movement, you can rock a little forward and back. Starting to warm up the wrists a little bit more. If you want to, maybe you make little circles with the shoulders over the wrists. You can go in one direction, then reverse opposite way. We're not here for very long, just for 3, 2, and 1. Drop the knee. We're going to reach the hands forward. We're going to move into a puppy pose. So here we're just really letting the chest hang down. You can bring the forehead to the mat. If it feels good, maybe the chin. Pressing into the hands. We're trying to lift the sits bones up towards the sky. And we create a deeper arch through the low spine. Really finding that back bend. Are you still breathing? Finding those equal lengths. Inhale and exhale. Keeping the body moving, even if it's through the breath. Every inhale, try to lift the sits bones a little higher. Every exhale, try to let the heart melt a little deeper. One more breath in. One more breath out. Slowly walk the hands back. Come into your tabletop. From here, tuck your toes. We're going to lift the hips up and back, moving into a downward facing dog. Downward facing dog is always add a little bit of movement. Maybe you start to bend one knee. Maybe you bend the other. Taking your dog for a walk. Just letting the backs of the legs, the hamstrings, the calves, even the glutes just start to stretch out. Maybe you want to shake your head yes. Maybe you like to shake your head no. Shake your head yes one more time. Always ending on a positive note. Really press into the hands. If you need to, you can absolutely bend the knees, lift the heels, but continue to lift up through the tailbone. Long spine is what we're looking for. And then if it feels good, you're welcome to try to melt the heels to the mat. Know that it's okay if they don't touch. We're not here for much longer. Just one more breath in. And a breath out. Bend your knees. Inhale, look forward. As you exhale, just tiptoe your feet all the way to the top of the mat till they come behind your wrists. Bend into your knees. Let your belly rest on your thighs. Let the head relax. And then you can grab onto opposite elbows. From here, you can sway a little bit side to side. Just letting the spine stretch out. We're using the weight of our head just to add a little bit of that balance, counterbalance in our spine, just to stretch it out a little bit more. If it feels good, you can even start to stretch out the legs little by little. If you are stretching out the legs, just make sure you're bringing the weight to the front of the toes. Beautiful breath in. And a breath out. Release the hands down. You can keep your feet wide, or you can bring your big toes to touch, leaving a slight space between the heels. And then very gently start to roll yourself up. One vertebrae stacks over the other at a time. No rush to get to the top. Your head and neck will come up nice and last. We'll roll the shoulders up, back, down, up, back, down. Reach the arms up really nice and high to the sky, pressing into the feet. Bring your palms together and slowly bring your hands to your heart center. This is a time where we set our intention for today's class. Why are you here? How do you want to feel in the next 30 minutes? Our intention, learn. Our intention gives this class purpose. And I'm not sure why you're here, but it's probably a combination and a culmination of a lot of different things that can add up to find more peace, more joy, more strength, more confidence. But I really want you to just focus on one. When we give things our focus, they can become our reality. Take one more deep breath in. And a nice fluid exhale. Perfect. Let's begin to move. Inhale, mountain pose. Press into your feet. Reach the hands straight up towards the sky. As you exhale, forward fold. We're going to bring our hands through heart center. Hinge from the hips. Slowly lowering all the way down through the ground. Beautiful. From here, let the head and neck relax heavy, trying to bring the crown of the head towards the toes. Inhale, halfway lift. You can keep your hands on the mat. Maybe you bring them to your shins or to your thighs, pressing away from the mat to lengthen the spine so that it's parallel to the mat. Beautiful. Shift onto your toes. Pull the belly in towards the spine. One more breath in. As you exhale, ball pose. We're going to lift the heels, curl into a little ball. You can bring your hands to the ground for stability. Can you lift your heels a little higher? Maybe you even bring your forehead all the way in towards your knees, into your chest, wherever it feels good. Beautiful. Hold it there for 3, for 2, for 1. Drop the heels. Inhale, halfway lift. Come back to where you just were, finding that 90-degree bend in the hip. Then as you exhale, forward fold. Once again, relax the head and neck heavy. Inhale, mountain pose. Press into the heels. Engage the legs, glutes, core. Reach all the way up. As you exhale, hands to the heart center. Inhale, mountain pose. Press into the ground. Can you lift up a little bit higher? As you exhale, forward fold. Hinge all the way down to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, ball pose. Lift the heels high. Sit the hips down. Bring your chin into the chest. For this time, maybe you wrap one arm or maybe both around the legs. Hold it for 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the heels. Lengthen the spine. As you exhale, forward fold to the mat. Inhale, mountain pose. Press, engage from the ground all the way up to the sky. As you exhale, hands to the heart center. Last time, inhale, mountain pose, reach up. As you exhale, forward fold to the ground. Finding that fluidity through the movements. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, ball pose, round, sit down, find your little ball. Maybe you grab onto opposite shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, press, rise all the way up, nice and strong. As you exhale, hands to the heart center. Let's continue on. Inhale, mountain, reach high. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, high plank, plant your hands, step your feet back. The first one, we're going to hold for a little bit longer. Again, if you need to, maybe you shift forward, shift back. If you need to modify this posture, you can drop the knees, lift the heels, but still shift forward so that you're pressing more weight into the hands and press the hands away from the mat. Maybe you still have your knees lifted, tuck the tailbone, engage into the core for 3, for 2, and 1. Shift forward. We're slowly going to bend the elbows as we lower all the way down for 4, 3, 2, 1. As your belly touches the mat, untuck your toes. Inhale, cobra. Pressing the feet down. Lift the heart up nice and high. Squeeze the elbows and the shoulder blades together. Maybe if you want, you can look forward. Maybe you're looking straight down. Can you lift a little higher? Hold. 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower the forehead. Tuck your toes. Come on up. Find a tabletop. Then your downward facing dog. Take a breath in through the nose. Out through the nose. Beautiful. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift the heels. Roll all the way forward. High plank. As you exhale, lower slowly. 4, 3, 2, 1. Untuck your toes. Inhale, cobra. Lift. Can you lift a little higher? As you exhale, lower to the mat. Tuck your toes. Lift all the way up. Tabletop. As you inhale, downward facing dog. 1 breath in through the nose. Maybe out through the nose. Lift the heels, roll all the way forward, high plank. Maybe you drop the knees if you need to as you exhale, slowly lower. 4, 3, 2, 1. Untuck the toes, inhale, lift the chest, cobra pose. As you exhale, lower all the way down. Tuck your toes, tabletop position. Lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. Breath in. And a breath out. Bend the knees, inhale, look forward. As you exhale, forward fold, you can step or hop all the way to the top. Let the chest and head hang heavy. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Bend the knees, sit back, sit down, reach the arms up nice and high. Breathe. Let the hips sink down into the mat. Really try to bring the shins further towards the back of your mat. Really helping engage all the way up into the glutes. Can you lift the hands and the chest a little higher? For 3, for 2, and 1. Take a breath in. As you exhale, forward fold to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, we're going to send the left leg all the way to the back of the mat, finding a low lunge. Beautiful. If you need to, you can modify, drop the back knee down, but maybe if you keep it lifted, we'll rise straight up and into a crescent lunge. Beautiful. Whether your knee is down or your knee is lifted, square the hips. Pull your left hip forward, pull your right hip back. Tuck the tailbone underneath you. You're engaging your glutes. Imagine sending your tailbone to your front heel. That way we engage our lower abs. Find a little bit of buoyancy and then slowly find your stillness. Continue to lift up through the center of the heart. Take a breath in. Sink a little deeper into your lunge. Breath out. 1 more inhale. Exhale, fly the arms. We're going to lean the chest forward so it's over the front knee. Reach the arms behind you, palms face down, and try to bring your pinkies to touch each other. Beautiful. So you can do this again with the back knee down, or you have that back knee lifted. Pull the chest forward. Pull the heart a little higher. Squeeze the arms a little tighter towards each other. Breath in. Breath out. 1 more inhale. 1 more exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, warrior 2. Drop the back heel. We're going to open up into wide arms. Beautiful. You can also do this if you have your back knee down. Just bring your left foot to the outer side of the mat and open up into this modified warrior 2. So again, you can always do these poses as modifications to take care of the body. Front knee is over the front ankle. And press and engage. You want the outer side of that left leg really strong. Feel as the inner thighs roll up, the outer thighs roll down, so that we can feel the external rotation through the hips. Take a breath in and a breath out. 1 more inhale. 1 more exhale. Flip your right palm up, inhale, reverse warrior, reach up and back. Again, little to no weight in this back hand. Reaching that right shoulder up and away, so feel the stretch all across the right side of the body. Really feel as you pull up and away, sinking into the lunge. Last breath, inhale. As you exhale, cartwheel the arms down to the ground. Lift your back heel. Beautiful. Step the left foot forward. Find yourself to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, send the right leg all the way to the back of the mat. Low lunge. Again, if you need to, you can drop the back knee. Maybe it stays lifted. Inhale, crescent lunge. Reach the arms up nice and high. Breathe. Beautiful. Again, square the hips. Maybe you even use your hands. Right hip comes forward, left hip pulls back. Tuck the tailbone. You're really engaging specifically the right glute to send the tailbone down and underneath you towards your left heel. Feel the low core engage. Knit the ribs in. Lift up through the heart. Breath in. Sink into the lunge. Breath out. One more inhale. As you exhale, fly the arms. Chest goes forward. Arms come behind you. Again, palms down. Pull the pinkies in towards each other. Are your hips still square? Are you breathing? Are you still finding that fluidity in through the breath? Equal inhales, equal exhales. One more breath in and a breath out. Drop the back heel or move the right foot off of the mat. Inhale, warrior two, reaching the arms forward and back. Make sure the front knee is over the front ankle. Can you see your left big toe? Make sure you're opening through that left knee, finding that external rotation. Is your back leg engaged, pressing into the knife edge of the back foot, or really engaging to the outer side of the back quad in case your knee is down? Breath in through the nose. Can you sink a little deeper into it? Breath out. One more inhale. And one more exhale. Flip your left palm over. Inhale, reverse warrior. Left arm reaches up and back. Again, big side stretch here for the left side body. Feel as you breathe into that left side lung. Relax the back hand. We're not pressing or adding any weight onto the back leg. We don't want to cause any more stress onto the joint. Take another inhale, reach up a little bit higher. As you exhale, cartwheel the arms down. You're going to bring the left leg back into a high plank. Shift all the way forward. Slowly lower down for 4, 3, 2, 1. Belly touches the ground. Inhale, cobra pose. Lift up through the center of the heart. As you exhale, slowly lower to the mat. Tuck your toes, tabletop position. Inhale as you lift the hips up and back. As you exhale in your downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Maybe you open the mouth, exhale, let out some heat. We're going to do that 2 more times. Try to find the fluidity through the movements. Bend the knees. Inhale, look forward. As you exhale, forward fold. You can step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhales to fold. Inhale, chair pose. Bend the knees. Sit back and down. Arms go high. As you exhale, forward fold, back to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. As you exhale, left leg steps all the way back into a low lunge. Drop the knee if you need to. Inhale, crescent. Lengthen the spine up. Tuck the tailbone. As you exhale, fly the arms forward and then back, airplane arms. Inhale, warrior two. Drop the back heel or open the back foot. Exhale, sink into your posture. Reverse the palm. Inhale, reverse warrior, reaching up and back. As you exhale, high lunge. Inhale, forward fold. Exhale, relax. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, right leg steps all the way back, low lunge. Drop the knee if you need to. Inhale, crescent lunge, square the hips, engage the core. Exhale, airplane arms, chest forward, arms back. Inhale, warrior two, open up. Exhale, melt and sink into it. Reverse the left palm. Inhale, reverse warrior. As you exhale, low lunge to the ground. Inhale, high plank, left leg steps back. Shift forward as you exhale, lower. 4, 3, 2, 1. Untuck the toes. Inhale, cobra. Lift the chest. Exhales to lower you down. Inhale, tabletop, then downward facing dog. Exhale, melt into the pose. Let's do that one more time. Bend the knees. Inhale, look forward. As you exhale, forward fold, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, chair pose, sink a little bit lower. Exhale, fold to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left leg steps all the way back. Inhale, crescent lunge, tuck the tailbone, square the hips. Exhale, airplane arms, chest forward, arms back. Drop the heel, inhale, warrior two, opening up to your left side. Exhale, like water, sink. Inhale, reverse warrior, right arm up and back. As you exhale, low lunge, hands down, lift the heel. Step the left leg forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right leg steps all the way back, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge, lift the core. Lift from the core, tuck the tailbone. Exhale, airplane arms, chest forward, hands back. Drop the heel, inhale, warrior two. Exhale, sink like water. Inhale, reverse warrior. As you exhale, low lunge. Step the left foot back, high plank. Shift forward. We lower down for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, cobra pose. Lift up through the chest. As you exhale, slowly melt back down. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, child's pose. Let the hips sink all the way back. Forehead is on the ground. This time, the difference is the elbows are going to stay lifted. So a little bit more of an active engagement with every inhale. Try to reach the fingertips forward, almost like they're crawling like spiders. As you exhale, press into the hands. Try to send the hips closer to the heels. Just like that, every inhale, try to reach a little further forward. Every exhale, try to press and sink back towards the back of the mat. 2 more breaths, inhale. And exhale. 1 more breath in. And a breath out. Slowly rise on up, tabletop position. And then from here, we're just going to bring the right leg forward, next to the right hand, into a runner's lunge. From here, if you have blocks or anything that you want to use underneath the hands to lift the ground up, know that you can. Maybe you're just like me, we're going to stay right here. If you have it in you and you have that flexibility, maybe you can drop the left forearm, maybe the right forearm to the ground. That's just a deeper stretch. But if you're not there yet, that's okay. If you eventually want to get there, know that you can always just walk the hands forward, and that eventually just lets the hips sink down a little deeper, opening up more into the left side psoas, or the hip flexors right in front of the left hip, and also opening up into the right hamstring. That eventually also helps create that flexibility in our hips. So just allow yourself to stay here. Relax the chin into the chest. Hopefully it feels really good. We're not here for much longer, just for 4. For 3. For 2. And 1. We're going to engage the back leg, lift the left knee up nice and high. We're just going to send the right leg back and then just switch it out. Left leg steps forward, drop the right knee. Beautiful. Letting the hips sink down. Again, if you need to find the blocks, if it feels better on this side to drop onto the forearms, know that you can also do them one at a time. As you start, you do the opposite forearm from the leg. And then eventually that the opposite arm would come down. So know that you can also just try going there. And we eventually want to stay there just for a little bit, letting the hips relax, breathing into any areas of tension we may feel. We just want to try to make sure that the knee is directly over the ankle, trying to find that stacking movement just so that it becomes easier for the hips to open up rather than the foot being really far back or really far forward. We're here for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Once again, engage the back toes, lift the right knee off the mat, step all the way back, drop the knees, take a seat. Awesome. Find a nice, long, tall seat. From here, we're just going to move ourselves into a twist. Reach both arms up to the sky just so that we can lengthen the spine. And then as we exhale, we're going to twist to the right. Right arm can come behind us. Left hand can come to our outer thigh. And we can use it to help leverage the twist as we look up and over the right shoulder. We don't want to look down, don't want to look up. Whatever it is, can you find behind you that it's at the same height as your eyes? And use the breath. Every inhale to lengthen the spine. Every exhale help you twist a little deeper. Go as deep as it feels good for you in your body. Inhale. Twist on the exhale. One more breath in. One more breath out. Start to look all the way back forward. Inhale, reach the arms up nice and high. As you exhale, twist left hand behind you, right hand to the outer left thigh. Lengthening, inhale. Exhale, look up and back over the left shoulder. Inhales to lengthen. Exhales to twist. 2 more breaths. Inhale. When you're ready, slowly look back forward. Drop onto one hip and extend the legs long in front of us. I'm going to do this with bent knees. Lengthen the spine, reach the arms up nice and high. Inhale. As you exhale, forward fold. We're melting and rolling the belly over the thighs. I can grab onto my ankles, my shins, my toes, whatever is available to me. But most importantly, the heart is pulling me forward rather than me rounding all the way down. With that lengthened spine, I'm keeping more length through my lower spine and my glutes. And then if I want to and I can, you'll notice I can eventually start just inching my heels forward until maybe my legs fully become extended, but my spine stays up nice and tall. Keep the spine there, and then just relax the head so you're looking down. Beautiful. Allow the belly and the heart to continue to pull forward. Every inhale, lengthen the spine a little more. Every exhale, can you sink a little deeper? Again, stay in active, stay in fluid through the breath, through the body. Inhales, lengthen. Exhales to melt. 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Last 1 breath. And as deep as you want to go, breath out. Release whatever you're holding on to. Use the hands to walk all the way back up. We're going to slide the hips forward. You can either grab onto your shins to lower down. Maybe you want to use the core, reaching the arms forward, slowly lower for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Bring the heels as close as you can to your glutes. Your feet are going to be about hip width distance apart. We want to be able to tickle the heels with the hands. Pressing the hands down into the ground. Inhale, bridge pose. Lift the hips up. So you want to imagine there's a beach ball or a block between your legs, and imagine just squeezing so that we can engage and feel the inner thighs activate. Can you lift the hips a little bit higher? Imagine tucking the tailbone, trying to point it up to the sky. Pull your chest towards your chin so that you can really create that deep back bend. Keep looking straight up. Really important to protect the neck here, not looking side to side. Take one more inhale, lift it up, hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. One vertebrae at a time, nice and easy, very gently, slowly lowering. Beautiful. From here, just bring the soles of your feet to touch. Open the knees out nice and wide. You can bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Notice the fluidity of the breath, the rise and the fall. Really pay attention and stay active and conscious of the breath rather than letting it become passive. So control the breath, find that active fluidity. Can you start to lengthen the inhales and the exhales by just a little bit, just so that you can feel your heartbeat? Beautiful. You're welcome to stay right here just to close out class. Or if you'd like, you're welcome to extend the legs out nice and long, moving ourselves into our Shavasana, our corpse pose. You can keep the hands where they are. Maybe you want to reach the arms by the sides, palms face up. Just allow yourself to melt into the mat. Let go of any tension you may have in the face and the jaw, the shoulders, the arms, letting the belly relax and the breath find its natural state. Any tension in the hips, and the legs, all the way down to the toes. And again, if there's any thoughts, any emotions that may be causing tension, that may be causing stress, can we let those go? Can we find a moment just being, of being present, of being in this moment with no attachments? Just letting ourselves be heavy and just be. We'll be here for about a minute. We'll take one more breath in and a breath out. We're about halfway there. Can you relax a little bit more? We're very gently going to start waking back up, so take a gentle breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. A little bit deeper, inhale through your nose. Open Open the mouth, let it go. Add some movement into your fingertips, into the toes. We're going to take a good morning stretch, bringing your big toes to touch, reaching your arms up and overhead. Really lengthen, find that good morning stretch, breathe in. And as you exhale, bend your knees, roll over onto your favorite side, using your bottom bicep as a pillow, bringing your top hand, placing it either on the earth or on your heart. Just to find a moment to thank yourself for coming to class, for continuously finding fluidity, ease, peace, grace, and gratitude in your life, in your body, in your mind. Slowly press yourself all the way up. Find a comfortable seat. Eyes remain closed. We're just going to close out class with one big cleansing breath. Take an inhale. Fill yourself with love, with light, with energy. Open the mouth. Exhale. Just relax. Bring your hands to your third eye, the center right between the eyebrows. With love, with light, with joy, we bow forward. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that helped you to find a little bit more ease, more fluidity, not only on the mat, but also in your everyday life. As always, continue to know yourself, be yourself, and choose happy to live the life that you really want to live. If you want any more information, maybe one-on-one, so that we can go deeper into your own practice, check us out at flowintonature.com. And if not, maybe we'll see you soon at a retreat as well. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.